On a very hot day in Ireland, I'm bringing you to a very cool place. They say people can't keep a secret, but it depends on how important the secret is to them. If it's a very important secret, a place can stay hidden and people will help hide it and never speak of it in order to keep it hidden, because it's very important to them, because it has to do with their ancestors. You know, although in that period when the Vikings invaded, they were raiding and looting and looking for riches of the church, gold and silver from the church was a big target, you know. But a lot of the pagan beliefs remained, like the belief in the fairy people, who were one of the original inhabitants or first waves of inhabitants coming to Ireland after the Ice Age, basically. And belief in them persisted. So they were going to protect you. They were in the hills, you see, buried. The first generations buried. And they were going to protect you from underground, from these invaders, or any danger that came along to steal your wealth, kill you, kill your family, get your cattle, take your land, you know. They were all raiding each other in cattle raids and everything before that, long before that. I'm just here now. Okay, you ready? Here we are. This is where it's hidden. It's hidden there. And from a distance, you think, it doesn't look like there's anything there, but look at the depression in the middle of it there, and then built up on the sides. And it said, the description said there were holly trees built over it. So this fits perfectly. And then when you walk up to it, you discover the layers of rocks with new layers on top. Well, when I say new, been there quite a while, but you can see the layering. It's all sort of mortared in. That's unusual. That's not a natural thing. Look at the mortar in there. They've worked very hard to cover that up. That's it, folks. That is our entrance to the underworld right there. So we'll have a walk around, yeah? Soak in the fairy vibes. So look at the size of that rock. Quite a lot of work into putting. I don't know if that rock was there originally or whether it's built up, because this to me looks like the stuff that was built up over the entrance. But there is another line here, but that could have been a wall rather than part of it, because there's a road running on the outside of this, a little track, you know, the track I came up. But this is the actual structure. And holly trees are sacred in Ireland as well, by the way. It's beautiful, isn't it? Sacred site. Heidi Hole. A souterrain. Let's go up and get the view from the other side of it and stand on top. Here's the top of it. There's a grove of the holly trees. And this looks like the main part of it to me, the main part of the entrance, where that big stone we were looking at was. And the little bit of cementy bits that were put in to patch up the giveaway hole. And so that would go down into a room of some type, or a tunnel. I don't know how big it is, you see, because they're so secretive about it. But what a place to put it. And how long ago they put it there. Holly trees grow fast, but all their roots be growing down into it now. Isn't that fab? I love it. We'll go around a few, tour around. We'll go around this way and have a look. You know, I'm traipsing all over it, but I'm not doing any damage. I'm not pulling things off it or anything. I'm just looking at it. So that is not natural, even though all the moss is grown on it and everything. Isn't that fabulous? So those rocks might have been gathered at the time. They might have been gathered in at the time of the Viking invasions, for all I know. They might not be modern stopping ups. There might have been only one big stone moved at that time to block the actual entrance. Because some of the entrances to these things are tiny, you know, that you have to squeeze in. So I don't know. This is so secret, this one. I don't know the proportions of it. Couldn't even find it on the archaeology site. But you can see the height of it here, that it's going up to. So big, huge pile of stones, I think. But on top of it, I think most of those stones are new. And they're covering the entrance maybe halfway down, and then it goes down. But there's the new wall, you see. That is supposed to distract your attention from it a bit. I know there have been people looking for it because the breaks in the wall imply that, and there are marks on maps of an old trail that used to be there. So let's go and look at the... I can't get to it, you see, because the standing stone, although very near, is like this. It's covered, but they've got a forest protecting that. That's much older even than this, but very, very near it. So this is why I think that it possibly had a religious function, being that near to your ancestors in times of trouble. I'm convinced this had a religious function. And particularly with my funky portal experience just down a bit, there's an energy here, you know. I don't feel it stronger here than at the portal, you know, just that I thought I felt very near it. I don't feel the energy here is any stronger or anything. But I was pulled to here to look for it by looking for the standing stone, not finding it, and then finding myself wandering around and coming back here until I found this again online and said, oh, yeah, it's right where I was wandering around. This thing that I didn't even know about. Amazing thing. A final view of that before we go. Beautiful. And from where we are, the boulder, the big standing stone, is somewhere there, just a few hundred meters, you see, a few hundred yards. So this is near the standing stone now, and you can see the tree cover runs out up there, and I think the standing stone is around this corner. I mean, it's not on this side though, you know, so it's all fenced on the other side, keeping their secrets, you see. Now, I think we're at the nearest point to it here, because I think it's up there on the highest point. This is very odd, isn't it? A pile of skulls. Sheep skulls, I think. What the hell was that? A deer or something? Do you see that rabbit up there under the house? He scared the living bejeepers out of me. It's got a really creepy vibe up here. I think that might be it, just covered over stuff just growing on it, because this is at the highest point, and then down the far side of that there's just the forest, and it's in the right position from my map.